Systems of measurement. So let's look at some common conversions. 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. And keep in mind that feet are usually noted with a single dash above a number, and inches are noted with a double dash, or like an apostrophe and quotation marks. So 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. 1 yard is equal to 3 feet, and 1 mile is equal to 1,000 yards. Let's look at some examples here. So convert the following measurements. 56 inches to feet. So in order to convert inches to feet, I know that feet are a much larger form of measurement, so there's going to be fewer feet. So what I do is I take my inches of 56, I divide by 12, because there's 12 inches in every foot, and I get an answer of about 4.7 or 4.67 feet. It's a good idea always to round to 2 decimal places. So we could say 56 inches are equal to about 4.67 feet. The next conversion I want to do are 18 inches to feet and inches. And you'll see this sometimes where it wants the answer in feet and inches. And there's some confusion surrounding this, so I'll do this one right now. So first of all, 18 inches, we want to see how many feet that is. We can see right away that if we divide by 12, 12 will go in exactly once, and then you'll have some remainder. The remainder is going to be the number of inches. So that's kind of how I want to do this one. You can look at your calculator and you can divide 18 by 12. You get 1.5, but that doesn't tell you how many inches. But you know there's going to be exactly 1 foot. And how many inches are left over? Well, I would take 18, subtract off the 12, that leaves me with 6 inches. And if you looked at the answer in the calculator, you would note that half a foot is 6 inches. So you'd have 1 foot, 6 inches, and that's how you label it. 1 foot, 6 inches. The last example here I want to do is 118 inches to yards. Well, first I would have to convert 118 inches to feet, then I can convert to yards. That's probably the easiest way to do this one. So to feet, I know, again, there's 12 inches in a foot, so I take 118 divided by 12, so I get about 9.83. And notice we converted it entirely to feet. We don't want the answer in feet and inches, because now I have to take that value and convert it to yards. And remember to convert it to yards, so we divide by 12 to get to feet, and to get to yards, we divide however many feet there are in each yard, which there are 3. So I take my value of 9.83, divide by 3, so I get 3.28. 3.28 yards. So from 118 inches, there are roughly not roughly, it's a fairly decent estimate, 3.28 yards. So keep in mind we had to convert first from inches to feet, and then from feet to yards. Lastly, I have 6.5 miles to yards. And remember that there are 1,000 yards in every mile. So for this one, all I do is I take my 6.5 miles, which is a very, very large distance. And I know that yards, there's going to be lots and lots of yards in that large distance. So I multiply by 1,000. And I get 6,500. Right? So we took 6.5, and we multiplied by 1,000. Okay, let's look at a couple word problems here. At Disneyland, you must be 50 inches, remember the two dashes or quotation marks are called inches, to ride the roller coaster. Your little sister is 4 foot 4 inches. Can she ride the roller coaster? So what we have to do is we'll have to take 50 inches and we'll have to convert that to feet and inches so that we can compare. So what is that in feet and inches? So again, you can kind of look to see, okay, well 50, I'm dividing it by 12. I get an answer about 4 point something. So I know it's at least 4. And I know that 4 times 12 is going to be 48. So if I take 4 feet away, that's going to be 48 inches. That leaves me with 2 inches, which is what I'm going to be left with there. So she is 4 feet 2 inches. You have to be at least 50. Sorry, the sister is 4.4 feet 4 inches. You have to be at least 4 foot 2 inches. So yes, because she is taller than 4 foot 2 inches. Second example, you're building a fence around a pool, and it requires 100 feet of fencing. How many panels do you need if they are 96 inches wide? So it wants, the measurements should be in feet because I have to compare it in feet. So I'm going to see how many feet 96 inches is. So I take 96, I divide by 12, and I get 8 feet per panel. Now I need 100 feet of fencing, so I would take 100, divide by my 8, because every panel is 8 feet. So I take 100, divide by 8, and I need 12 and a half panels. 12 and a half panels. Now, the second question will kind of tell me what the exact answer should be, because if you go to a store, you probably can't buy half a panel of a fence. You're going to have to buy the whole thing. So you're going to have to kind of round that up to 13 panels. And this will help us with the next one. If the panels cost $79.95 each, what is the cost of the panels? So I have to take my 13. Again, I can't take half a panel because I can't buy half a panel. And I'm going to have to multiply that by $79.95 to get my total cost of all the panels. So I get 13 times $79.95, and I get a total answer of $1,039.35. So $1,039.35 to pay for all the panels of my fence. So hopefully that will help you with chapter 3.1. Let me know if you have any questions.